fish they call an amberjack. But it was a very exciting day at sea.
Wow.
Caught a shark. I've got video of hauling that bad boy in. And then the next weekend, I went and did an event called Mud Girl Run, and so this is where you'll love this. It's exclusively women, and we run, I think it was a 3-mile course, and a lot of it was, water hazards in mud. So it's like a bunch of muddy women running around.
Where was that again? Wait a minute, time out. For anybody that's interested in that, just saying, Val, what was the address of that place again?
Yeah, I think it's mudgirl.com. There's lots of pictures, so yeah.
Mudgirl.com. All right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was a fundraiser for breast cancer research, and so the money was well spent, and it was
That's great.
a lot of fun with some girls that day. And
Val, we're gonna have to cut this show short. I got to go to mudgirls.com.
Mudgirl.com.
But they sound like a great cause and a great, great time. I'm sure you had wonderful experience there, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's super fun. It was it was really a good use of time. And then, like those things are, when you're going with a big group of people, all of the chatter before and the chatter after, was just super fun.
I bet you there's some
good friends that day.
Yeah, I bet you there were some good old laughs on that one. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what else you got? What was your So you had some great experience. What was probably pick one or two that were not like. I did them, but I really didn't like doing them.
Okay. All right. So
that's what I want. I want to hear some of the bad, couple of bad, because everybody has a bad couple of things, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. So
or were they bad?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. So leading up to COVID, I mean, I was on fire.
I saw that. Yeah, you were rolling it out, bam, bam, bam.
Rollerblading. Yeah. I went fly fishing and I caught 20 trout that day. That was amazing.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of that. That was awesome.
It was great. Yeah, diving certification with my son. That was amazing. And that was when we were coming back home when Trump declared a national emergency.
Okay.
Yeah. So Friday the 13th, that we were coming home from diving cert, and that's when, the world kind of started to change.
Sure.
So we were heading into COVID, and I'm like, well, this thing is just a blip in this, so I'll lay low for a couple of weeks. And so everybody needed face masks. And so I dove into making face masks and made a bunch of those. And then, then I'm working from home all the time. And so I'm like, well, wow, I've logged 24 different varieties of lizards running around in my backyard, so I did a week of ology, learning about herpetology, and there's a lepidology, I think it is, for butterflies. And anyway, so I spent a week doing that. That was one of them.
Wow.
But then it started, it started kind of slowing down, because it's like, well, restaurants are closed, everything's closed down,
Right.
What do you do? So I started, messing around with arts and crafts, and that's fine. It's just not, I've spent my life doing arts and crafts, so I'm trying to get away from that. But I, made some seashell tea lights and learned a new dog biscuit recipe for the dog. So Easter snacks was,
those were pretty good. You sent those to me. I think I snacked on a few of
those. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. It's like, is it a power bar or is it a dog snack? Who knows? They're the same.
Hey,
It's all terrible.
It really is all dependent on your audience and who's trying them.
Right.
So you can make your own recipe and go into business. There you go.
Oh, yeah. If I fall on hard times, I can make some dog biscuits.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But I, of the list and the things, the favorite things are the new things that I've tried that I've always wanted to do, and I've learned that I'm, again, pretty good at. So, like, tennis has been my new thing that I've picked up.
Awesome.
I had no idea I was a good tennis player. And so But the other things that, haven't been really very fun, I've learned that anything that is unstable, so like the bouldering was a terrible experience for me. I didn't enjoy that.
Got it.
Rollerblading is one of the experiences. I remember being able to rollerblade back in the day.
Right.
Not now. I did not. That was a terrible waste of time and money because I was like, I'm going to hurt myself.
Got it.
I don't, people have fear for a reason, and it's to keep you sensible, I think, keep me sensible. So
I want to be alive and I want to be able to walk.
Well, exactly. I don't want to hurt myself because
Right.
that slows me down, So, so those are the things that I've learned is that I really, I think as I go forward, like next year, and start to hone the list more, I want to pursue more art and music and more, activities. Coming up, I've got stand-up paddleboard yoga.
Wow.
I'm going to try out for the Jacksonville rowing team. Going to give that a try.
Really?
I want to.
Because that was going to be that's my third question, right? I was going to ask you, what are you planning, in the back half of this year? So what is that? The rowing team?
Yeah, on rivers, right?
So a crew team, a crew.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Harvard or Yale, you are part of the crew.
Yeah, a little late for me, but what the heck? I could go hang out in the boathouse with those guys.
And that's no offense to us, to the Harvard and Yale folks that are listening to this Life's Over 50 gig. Just FYI, I mean, just saying.
Yeah, you and me are state school, baby.
Woo! Boy, if you were on the
Ivy
video,
League
you'd see me
year,
doing all
but I
my
can-
moves now.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got that right.
Well, that's cool.
but I also want to try, the sport fishing and the fly fishing, I want to try all forms of fishing.
Right, so-
I want to try ice fishing and I want to try surf fishing.
Whoa.
There's you think about fishing and there's just all these different varieties of fishing.
Well, I would
And I
tell
want to
you,
try all those.
I had a conversation with someone today because they had seen a moose over the weekend.
Oh,
That's a different story.
yikes.
But I was on a fly fishing expedition up in Idaho, and I was on the South Fork River up there, and right there in the border of Wyoming and Idaho. And the reason why I talked about a moose because I was actually on that fly fishing thing, and we came around a bend in the river, and there was a moose,
Ooh.
chest deep, big old bull moose, size of Rocky and Bullwinkle, and he pulled his head up out of the water because he was eating the grass, and I remember our guide just saying, "Be calm, don't say anything, and I'm going to get us out of here," because he kept pushing us back out because those things are dangerous, and you get a big
they are.
You get a big bull moose like that that charges you. We're kind of like done. And South Fork of the river, it's deep, but that baby is running, and you get in there, man, you're going to hit some rocks and really get hurt. So, and I do my impression of Bullwinkle. So I did.
So
we got a little farther away. And I said, "Hey, Rocky, you want to see me put a rabbit out of my head? Presto!" So I probably will get trademarked for that one. But no.
Do you remember Peabody and his boy Sherman?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was
it.
my favorite.
Yeah. But back to the fly fishing. I love fly fishing. I thought it was absolutely. There's an art and a skill to it.
Yeah.
I've done some ice fishing. You drill the hole in, drop the line in, drink, wait for the line to pop, and pull the fish up. But the fly fishing thing, the technique on that is absolutely fantastic. And it took me a while when I used to fly out to especially to Denver and Salt Lake and stuff, and I'd always see the tubes, the plastic tubes the guys were carrying, and stuff like that. I thought they were like architects carrying plans or something like that. No, those are the $1,000 fly fishing poles, that they're carrying around. And that's kind of neat. So, and then the sport fishing thing now. That is like largemouth, smallmouth bass type stuff. Is that like inland lakes and and tributaries and stuff like that, or is that going out
No.
out into the Atlantic and stuff?
The big
and
water.
Yeah. I lived in New Orleans, and now, granted, we went out to the Gulf a few times, but most of that was just catching tuna or big bull reds or whatever. But you want to go out and do swordfish. I mean, the big stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So you're trying to catch anything, but we wound up landing a shark that was 10 feet long. Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah. It was a good day, and we catch and release. Did not bring that.
That's cool though, but you had that experience though, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It's hard to pull those things in.
Right.
Huge,
So since you live in Florida, you could go down to the Keys and go lobster fishing, and
or anaconda hunting.
Well, no.
Nope.
I'm a pretty big guy, and that anaconda might just wrap around me, and that would be a good meal for them. I would probably last them a full week or two. But the reason why I bring up the lobster thing is because down in the Keys, they tore up the old highway that used to go to the Keys and built a new one. I'm talking probably 20 years ago, and part of that all collapsed into into the ocean there, and they call them lobster condos the way they are, and the lobsters down there in Florida, as you well know, don't have the big pinchers and stuff, and so you go down there and you take the stick and you have your bag to catch them in. It's kind of cheating, but you snorkel down and you take your long, the end of a fishing rod type of thing, and you poke them in there, and they shoot backwards, obviously, and they go right in your bag. Shoop, back in the bag. Shoop, back in the bag, and you come up.
Really?
And you got your lobsters, and they're fresh right off the thing, and go to town on them.
Oh, it's on my list.
Sorry for anybody that is in PETA and is mad at me for getting the lobsters out. I don't know what else to say. So,
that sounds great.
It is. So there's another thing. I'm just throwing out some ideas for you on your 52.
Yeah.
52.
Well, see, that's what's fun about this is people have these great ideas, and I'm like, I'm in. All right, I'll do it. Yeah, sounds good. Let's go.
Yeah. So no, that's pretty cool. So yeah. So anything else that you're planning on the back half outside of some of those?
Falconry is something that I want to try. I'm gonna meet my daughter in Asheville this fall, and the Biltmore, they have a half-day pass thing that they do, and you can hang out with the head falconer. Yeah.
I will have to. Maybe we should coordinate that. I have to be there for a speaking engagement in the fall, late fall, early winter, or I think Q4, and that would be pretty interesting. I would love to either just watch or I could do it live down there. I could stream that baby live while you're doing that.
You could.
Oh, look at that. I even got a segment for my own show on this whole thing. I like this. This could be a follow-up.
These things just, one idea spurs the next, and it's like it's infinite. Yeah.
That's great.
So at the end of this, conversation, it's like my daughter said, well, you could do 52 by 52 the rest of your life.
That's awesome.
You just gotta pick a direction, and you can go deep, you can go broad. It doesn't have to be exciting, every week. I mean, like the first week of work from home and my ology week, I was like, well, what's the study of lizards? Because that's kind of what I'm doing. What's the study of butterflies? That's kind of what I'm doing. What's the study of birds? It's kind of what I'm doing.
Though, I mean, to a certain degree, though, I mean, that may sound boring to some people, but it's educational, though. You're learning something. And again, it's just, as you talk about, just the journey of life, life's journey is about learning and educating yourself and trying something new and getting outside your own box. And I think that's wonderful because now you have this different perspective on certain things that other people just don't have.
Well, right. I mean, it's good to have something to talk to because somebody asked me, what I do for a living. Oh man, about 5 words into it, their eyes roll back in their head, and they're like, ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do the same thing. I said, usually I say, you've heard of the NSA? I say, we're kind of like the NSA of consumer insights, and we get everything that you do. So we know what
Yeah.
everybody's doing. So
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
and you are right. People do look at you and go, oh, that's a little creepy, and I got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, wow. Boring.
Well, great. Well, this is wonderful. I'm glad that we've had this opportunity to talk about 52 for 52. Val Wilson, man, this is great, Val. I mean, hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Crowds coming in saying yay.
Oh, yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, by public. Yes.
Yeah, see, there you go. You got a lot of people in the audience. One more time for Val here. Wow, a little louder. There we go.
Oh,
see?
wow. Oh, the crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild. But yeah, so now, Val, before we head off here, I have come up, because I've thought about this when I started interviewing people. I've got 6 questions. So I want the audience to know I have 6 questions that I've come up with, but I don't want you to answer all 6. I just want you to pick 3 of the 6 and give me your answers on them. So they're just going to be random. You're going to pick them 1 through 6. I'm going to go read the question, and I just want you to answer it, and we'll kind of end our discussion by a little bit of a Q&A here. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. 1 through 6. What number?
I pick the evens.
So you're going to go 2, 4, and 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh. This is a heavy one to start off with.
Oh, my gosh.
Because it is life's journey at 50. What is one regret in your life? See?
Ooh.
That's a tough one right off the bat.
Oh, goodness.
One regret in your life. It doesn't have to be too
Yeah.
personal if you don't want it to be, but one regret that you wish that maybe you would have done something a little bit differently, maybe.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I'm sure that if I really thought about it, I'd have, something very introspective.
Right.
I think that just, overall broad encompassing, broad brush. Probably what I regret is that it's about, maximizing my time.
Got it.
I think that that's something that
Time management
of my journey,
Not necessarily time management, right?
Yeah, it could have been a more active and fun parent, but I let myself get bogged down with the chore list.
Got it.
That's a regret. Just that kind of stuff. We're being present and in the moment.
Gotcha.
I mean, I do a pretty good job of that, and I recognize it, so I have that to my benefit. But yeah, I just think that it's maximizing my time and enjoying people. I haven't done a good enough job of that, and I hope to change that.
Cool. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, number 4. Your biggest accomplishment, or at least what you think is your biggest accomplishment.
Well, I mean, it's some might roll their eyes, but it's I'm really proud of my family. We've, as I said at the beginning, we've been through it, and my greatest accomplishment is that I've raised 3 young adults who contribute, and we enjoy time together.
That's great.
We don't get enough time together, and that's, one of the things that we wish we had. So I'm extremely proud of that accomplishment. I love my kids, and they love me, and we're close as we can be. We live far apart, but, that's they're solid, and we respect each other. So
And
that's great.
That's awesome. And I will confirm that because I have seen your post, and there's a lot of things that you do with your kids. So she is not kidding on that one, folks.
Yeah.
So number 6, the one person you would love to have dinner with outside of your parents.
Who?
One person you'd love to have dinner with, dead or alive.
Oh. Wow, dead or alive. Okay, well,
Outside your parents, though, because everybody, I would choose my parents as well, too, but you got to go outside that arena.
yeah. I just think that Thomas Edison is fascinating.
That's an
so
interesting
the people
answer.
of his generation, like how do you think of that stuff? And the whole way that he approached work, he was a catnapper, and so how do you figure that out? He didn't have social media, he didn't have Google to read about sleep habits. He just figured it out, and I think he's probably. I mean, that would really be fascinating to see life through, his lens. There's a lot of people, but I think that for somebody who truly changed the world, it'd be that guy, and I'd like to have dinner with him.
That's awesome. All right. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Val, I want to say from the audience, it's been a pleasure. They got big standing ovation there. I think, that's a big standing ovation. And so, I to everybody out there, I want to say it's been a pleasure of interviewing you, Val. Thank you for spending your time this evening with us. And again, 52 by 52. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. It's a great journey, right? It's a great introspect. It's a great journey that she's going on. And we will do a follow-up session. Is that okay, Val?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe one of the things on my list ought to be to launch a podcast as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, we can come back and share a little bit of stories about not only your continued journey on the 52 of 52, but your entrance into the social media world. Wait a minute. I have something for that. Did you hear that? We are now entering the social media world. But
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks, Val, for stopping by. This has been Life's Journey of 50. Your host, Matt McCourt. Please. Hopefully you like this session. Please give me a 5-star rating and subscribe. Again, we're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, and then also my YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting this video about this. And again, Val, thanks for your time. It was such a pleasure to talk to you about this and our life experiences, and look forward to doing it again.
Well, thank you. I had a lot of fun. This has been great. And, call me anytime.
Not a problem. All right, folks. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.
All right. Bye-bye.